Well, hello there, folks. Welcome back to another episode of The Read, live in New York City, United States of America, Earth. Mm-hmm. I am Whoopi Goldberg's Dreads.
And I am Ayanna Presley. Thank you for coming back.
Let's jump right in. End of the year. We're winding down on the end of the decade as well. So let's begin with giving some Black people their just due. Black excellence I'm giving it to Mariah. Well, first, I'm giving it to Mariah, who just got another number one. Amen. For All I Want for Christmas Is You. First number one for that song ever, although it is about 25 years old, 24 years old or something like that.
Crazy.
So the lambs and the sheep and the rest of the animals in the farm, what? They all streamed, I guess, the fuck out of this song. Mm-hmm. And here it is now, sitting atop the Hot 100. I'm reading on CNN that to date, Christmas Carey herself has earned more than $60 million just off of this song's royalties.
Jesus God. Wow.
She had a show here in the city last night, actually. A friend of mine went to. So she's fully, celebrating her season.
Oh, I love that.
And this also gives her 19 number ones. Mm-hmm. So she's right underneath the Beatles in their 20. Unlike most of them, she still lives and has the opportunity to create even more number ones. So at this point, I'm just prepping for that tie and then pass. Mm-hmm. Oh, because why not?
I don't see why it wouldn't.
I mean, the lambs may just be like, okay, girls, what else do you want? Because if we're talking about bringing old stuff back, decade-old songs,
right.
Let's just go down the catalog and decide what else we want to flame the girls with. But congratulations to you, Mariah.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Did you see the video of her with the twins?
No.
And Moroccan, the boy, right? That's his name? Moroccan. Yeah. He was like, they were teasing her about something. She was like, I don't believe you. And then Moroccan was like, I promise, Mom, watch. And then he says, Alexa, play the Queen of Christmas. And Alexa says, now playing Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You. And it was just like so adorable.
I did not see this.
Yeah, the kids start jumping up and throwing confetti. I was like, not even Alexa is like, actually already know who you're talking about. Yeah. And here goes the song.
Got it, girl. I was actually waiting for you to ask. I know the date and
surprised you guys are just now asking. But isn't that so cute to have that with her kids?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That is just like incredible. What a life.
Their other parent is still wilding out, but we'll get to our tops later.
I told y'all Mariah wasn't giving a fuck about none of that bullshit, okay?
That wasn't a pun either. That was an accident.
Was it?
Yeah. Wow. Mariah Carey is also apparently about to debut a documentary on Amazon that is called Mariah Carey is Christmas.
Wow. So fully leaning into it at this point.
I wonder how Christ feels about that. Also, Black excellence today. The new Miss World. Of course, I had to give her a mention. Tonya Singh, who sings she does. Miss Jamaica is the 2019 Miss World. 5th pageant winner with melanin. Let me reword that.
Okay.
5th Black woman to be crowned in a major pageant this year. The wins just keep on coming, apparently.
Yeah, I am just, I don't know what is going on right now. Like, Black women have always been superior, but for it to be recognized like this all at once is a lot.
So shout out to her and her beauty and all of the other things that go into winning a pageant. And also to Miss Nigeria, who fully stand out.
That's a real one.
They're obviously good homegirls, and they probably be talking about the white girls backstage.
You know it.
And like they probably brunch or something. So that was really beautiful to see Black women uplifting one another and things of that nature.
You could tell she was just like, okay, me or my sister. Just me or my sister.
Either one of us, Lord.
As long as I don't hear Miss Switzerland. That's all I'm asking for, Jesus. It was really cute.
So congratulations, ladies, on your achievements and being badasses. So let's jump into Hot Tops this week. The Empire Strikes Bareback. This is So I already brought up Monroe and Moroccan's other parent briefly, so I guess I'll begin there.
Okay.
I think last week I mentioned how Nick Cannon and Eminem have been trading disses on wax in 2019 for whatever reason. Nick Cannon actually made a second diss record aside from the one that began with a call from Suge Knight in prison. The second song is called Pray for Him. It features the Black Squad, which I believe to be a collective of niggas that rap underneath one of Nick Cannon's companies. Fortunately, they begin that song and all rap better than Nick Cannon. He should have probably just let them do it, to be honest. But whatever. It's still going on. It doesn't need to be. Apparently, Nick Cannon also mentioned something about Eminem getting or giving oral sex to his chauffeur or engaging. I don't know. Something about dicks being sucked by a chauffeur.
Okay.
Eminem actually responded on Twitter. I would like to remind you that it is 2019. Mm-hmm. These people's kids about to have kids.
That's right.
Eminem says, "You mad, bro? Stop lying on my dick. I never even had a chauffeur, you bougie fuck," with a clown emoji. Then he says, "I demand an apology, Nicholas. You've made my gardener so jealous."
My gardener? What does that mean?
I don't.
Okay.
No, I guess because it's like, well, why wouldn't you say that the gardener sucked my dick? Or,
okay. Yeah, all right. You know what? I guess
he doesn't have a chauffeur, but he does have a gardener. Get it?
Yeah.
So funny.
All right.
Nick Cannon responded and said, "Fuck apologies, pull up. Bring your gardener, chauffeur, your male nurse, and whoever else you're fucking." He extended an invitation to Marshall to join him on Wild 'N Out, where they could have a live in-person rap battle.
Oh,
no. Other rappers not involved in this also came forward with their opinions, including one Joyner Lucas, who I'm not going to read his tweet because do you even know who that is?
I do not.
Right. 50 Cent also joined in. This makes sense. Eminem, 50 Cent, there's a history there. 50 Instagrammed, "I don't understand to save my life why someone would pick a fight with M. He's a different kind of animal. Hey, Nick, that shit was trash. I ought to kick you in your ass when I see you, punk." To which Nick Cannon responded on Instagram with a photo of Samuel L. Jackson's slave character from Django Unchained.
Why?
50 Cent then posted a photograph of Nick Cannon wearing a bikini top on America's Got Talent with a caption that says, Nick likes, so that's it? Nobody cares about my diss record? No, nobody cares. Capital LOL. Nick Cannon then responded again on Instagram with another photo of Sam Jackson. What was this nigga's name in the movie? I don't remember. But the nigga from Django, cradling, dying Leonardo DiCaprio's neck in his bosom. And the caption here says, 50 Cent, since masses incapacitated. That's referencing Eminem.
Right.
In case you weren't following.
Yep.
Since masses incapacitated, we cordially invite you to come on Wild 'N Out and get his smoke. All caps, LOL. All of you niggas.
Y'all are so grown.
Need to find something else to do. One of you motherfuckers jumped in my mentions last week and was like, please leave my man Eminem alone because Nick Cannon was talking about him first on his podcast or his radio show or his TikTok or whatever the fuck. Some shit that I damn sure would not have known about. So there you go. Sharing that for the streets. According to one of Eminem's remaining stands, Nick Cannon is the one who actually started this ruckus. And here we are today.
We didn't give a shit either way. We didn't care who started
it. One of us gave a fuck.
We said then it was dumb as hell, regardless. Like, so for both of y'all to be doing this. And all Mariah, the one with sense somewhere, worried about her business, her money, her hits, her charts. Like, we said that then, and it remains the same today with 50 Cent and whoever else jumping in. All of this is dumb. Y'all are too fucking old to be acting like this.
It's so stupid.
On fucking Instagram.
Not only have y'all done this already a fucking decade ago.
Yes.
But this is coming out of absolutely nowhere now. It was barely interesting then, to be honest with you, because I feel like most of us with sense were like, wow, Eminem's coming at Mariah. That's wild. There's a history between them. That's wild. Mariah Carey's ignoring the fuck out of him. That's to be expected.
Yeah, sounds right.
All right, what's for lunch? And so, I just don't even understand why we're doing this now on a Fat Joe album and on World Star Hip Hop or whatever the fuck, and then going back and forth on Instagram. Like, is this what you do when you're wealthy and bored?
Yep. This is exactly it. Find niggas to pick at or like little ridiculous fights to start, because what the fuck else do you have to do? But Nick Cannon actually does have a lot of things to do. So I don't know why any of them chose to get involved in this. Like, this is just so fucking stupid.
Straight nigga dick jerking is very interesting to watch in the social media age, just because like the way that it is done is so stupid. You know, like yes. I understand that really what's happening here is that we have a lot of you know, seemingly straight niggas who are sort of, you know, when like birds of certain species push their feathers out as a way to be like, yes, I am the biggest as well as the baddest motherfucker in this tree.
They do
and
that.
No bitch on this branch will say otherwise. Like, that is what I'm getting from this. But in the social media age where niggas use emojis and like screenshots and whatever is deemed to be an embarrassing photo of you that they find on Google Images, it just adds like an even weirder flavor on something that we've always known to be strange.
Right. I mean, I just don't. I have it for none of these niggas.
This is dumb.
Isn't everybody involved in their fucking 40s? Like, just grow up, girls. Find something else to do. This is ridiculous.
This week in Tooted or Rebooted, Legends of the Hidden Temple is making a comeback.
Okay.
So if you're in my age range, you may remember growing up watching this game show on Nickelodeon, Legends of the Hidden Temple, where kids would be in the studio with this white man and they'd run around this... Was it supposed to be like an Amazonian or Mayan, Aztecan?
Yeah, I think it was like a Mayan temple. Was this the one where you would get like a piece of the temple or something at the end?
It had like a ton of different challenges.
There was a big rock or something.
And there was like the moat challenge thing. But the one that always sticks out in my mind is the last thing that you would do, which was running through the temple. And you had to solve these puzzles, including one where you took like different pieces of a monkey or someone. Maybe it was like the statue of your team, because there was like blue barracudas and I think one was a monkey and a bird or whatever.
Yes, I remember this. It's coming back.
And there were jump scares in that temple too, which was always really fascinating to me, that they had these like actors that would jump out at them and the kids and like grab them sometimes. Or if you didn't solve it in time, like something would come get you or whatever. Like, so it was funny in that respect. And Nickelodeon had a ton of game shows that a lot of kids are like, God, I wish I could be on this fucking show.
Me too.
Guts, this, Double Dare.
Oh, I wanted to be on Double Dare so bad.
Was Wild and Crazy Kids a game show?
You know, I don't think I've thought about that show in like decades. Let me see. Wild and Crazy Kids.
I know that they did, like, they played games and stuff, but I don't think it was really a game show. It felt like, from what I remember, it was like a bunch of kids just doing a bunch of crazy shit with Omar Gooding.
Wow, yes. Like, large teams of children participate in head-to-head physical challenges.
It was like summer camp on TV.
Yes, but it was actually technically a game show, so yes.
Okay, sure. So there was like a ton of these things when we were kids. I was like, oh, fuck, this would be so fun to be on.
Yeah.
Well, they are bringing it back, and no worries if you wanted to be on this show so bad, because apparently this reboot is going to be for adults.
That's right.
Not children.
For y'all's grown asses.
So there's some new streaming platform coming out next year called Quibi? Kibby? I don't know how to pronounce it. Q-U-I-B-I. And I'm pretty certain that I've heard of this already, but it seems to be like a mobile streaming platform.
Yeah, I thought this was an app.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
So next year, they're they're supposed to be launching this Legends of the Hidden Temple reboot. Rather than doing it in a studio, apparently it's going to be set in an actual jungle. The challenges will be harder, obviously. And you'll get bigger and better prizes. I don't even remember what the fuck you want on that show. It's usually like a trip to some theme park or like a lunch box.
Which, aren't you already at the theme park? So
right,
just
like
give your mama a check.
Weren't you at Universal Studios anyway? So.
Right, but sure, it all looked fun to me.
So this does sound a lot like Survivor or one of several, like The Challenge. Mm-hmm. It sounds like some shit we've seen already, but with...
And something I would want to do. I ain't even gonna lie. I would want to do that.
I'm not going to the jungle to do this shit. I would have done it in a studio. Y'all bitches can keep the mosquitoes and the rest of that fuck shit, and y'all probably gonna be having people eating weird things.
Yeah. And how are you setting shit up in a jungle? Like,
I mean, well, that's not hard.
I mean, but are they like bulldozing trees or something to set up this obstacle course, or what is this?
I mean, I'm not gonna say no because I obviously don't know for sure, but I don't think that they would have to. I'm sure that with enough scouting, they can find locations where they don't have to disturb the wildlife and such too much. Good luck with cultural sensitivity, But if you're interested, hey girls, that's a fact. Something to look forward to, I suppose.
It kind of looks fun. I looked up this Quibi though, and they have a lot of shows coming. Like they're bringing back Reno 911. Wow. And Singled Out, Legends of the Hidden Temple. Obviously, Chrissy Teigen's new court show is going to be on there.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, no, I don't even know why you know Chrissy Teigen's thing. No, you don't. But she's like settling people's petty arguments with each other or like small claims or whatever. It's obviously not a real. She's not like a judge, so she can't really issue any like legal judgment. It's just people coming on.
Isn't that what the Shade Room was doing?
I mean, yes. This is really just a judge show, but with a celebrity instead of an actual judge.
And not actual legal cases.
No, these are real cases. But they don't actually get like a legal resolution to the case. They just come talk about it.
You know what? They don't on any of them other shows either. So, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, girls. A whole
doing a lot over there.
Slate of programs for you.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff coming. A lot, actually. I'm surprised.
Kehlani has come forward and admit that she is single after apparently there were rumors of her having a dating situation going on with one Tory Lanez after they were simply seen photographed together.
That's twice. All it takes. That's all it takes.
That has got to be annoying as fuck.
Right. Like, can I hang out with niggas? No. Literally just can't even be in the presence of other people.
Like, some of y'all be doing real wild, sketchy shit in front of photographs and stuff. And truth be told, a lot of you know what you're doing and you do it on purpose. And then you're like, could you please keep me out of the block? I'm just living my life.
Justin Timberlake.
But for the most part, a lot of times we just see two people in a photo together, especially if we haven't seen them photoed together before. And if they're seemingly of opposite gender, then it's like...
Well,
they must be a thing. And this is especially, because everyone loves mess. And there was loads of mess surrounding YG and Kehlani's relationship a little over a month ago, 2 months, whatever.
Right, because didn't he get caught with another girl like almost immediately?
Yes, they like announced on a Tuesday that they were a couple, and like Wednesday evening, this nigga was in trouble. So
that's what happens.
Yeah, just for a refresher, YG was like videotaped and photographed like outside of a club or something in his car, and he was a little too flirtatious with a girl that is not Kehlani, and even came forward afterwards and said that he was drunk, he didn't kiss her, he was in a position he shouldn't have been in, blah, 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 blah. And that's kind of all we heard at the time.
Yeah. That was it.
But yeah, after these Tory Lanez rumors or whatever, and YG even chiming in on his Instagram, posting a caption story that says, what Young Thug said, : So that should let you know nothing after this is going to be great.
That's correct.
He then puts, don't get shot trying to comfort my bitch while we going through it. I know where niggas live. Black Ops. I feel like that last part was his portion, but I absolutely remember Young Thug saying this after he, was getting on Jerica's last goddamn nerves, and she decided to go and do her thing.
I do remember that. Yeah. Yes.
So
again, over and over, this nigga was fucking up. Like you know, you could just not disrespect the women that you choose to be with and avoid all this. You could just keep your dick to yourself. That is always an option for you niggas. You just won't. I don't get it.
So a tweet and delete from Kehlani said, because I keep seeing this, I'm addressing it. Absolutely not. We made a song for my album. I am single and focused. Leave the rumors for poorly paid bloggers.
Oh damn.
Yikes.
that was targeted. She fed up with y'all hoes too, logging in the shade room and posting on them niggas' behalf.
Wrap Up also posted, I didn't know about this, but apparently after the thing with YG and that random girl, there was a song that Kehlani had come out called You Know What's Up, where she basically says that she still want to be Mrs. Jackson, YG's last name.
Oh.
That's still my dick, you're still my heart, et cetera, et cetera. Which, honestly... if they had been sort of eyeing each other for as long as they claimed they had been, this could have been at any point.
Right.
You know?
They could have.
So.
And it just came out then. I don't know. But
either way, Mama says she's single.
I hadn't heard shit else since then. So I just assumed she was like dealing with him, but also like keeping quiet about it because the nigga done already embarrassed her. Because that's understandable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So for her to be like, actually, no, I just went on ahead and got rid of that. And me and my baby are over here doing just fine. I love that for her. Good job, sis.
And I mean, her and Tory Lanez are literally standing. Well, she's sitting, but they look to be in the club. This could be a studio. This is absolutely a social setting where she is sitting next to some other girls and they are just...
Yep. Just sitting.
Drinking, you know, there's like maybe it's a rosé or something and just hanging the fuck out, making music as musicians do. So, my word, to be a woman in any form where you have to just constantly remind people, oh, I was actually just standing in the vicinity of someone who has a dick.
Right.
Here we are.
And that was all it took for you bitches to decide that we was fucking or together or whatever else. Like, I'm sure people were just as messy back in the day. It's just that social media and everybody having phones and internet just makes everything so much more immediate and more ridiculous. Yep. But like, good fucking grief.
Because you used to have to wait for what? Right On or one of them.
Yeah, word up. Somebody to put pictures out.
When my mom was like wrapping things up at the grocery store, I would be looking over at the rack
real
like,
fast.
Brandy said what to Monica? But anyways,
I would be reading them magazines and stuff the whole time she was in Walmart because I know she's not buying it.
Oh, that's never.
So I'm just going to browse like this is the library and then put that shit right back.
Bitch, you better scrounge up your ice cream money and do the best you can if you want to know what the fuck is going on with Total. Okay. Because
you're not bringing that worldly mess into my mama's house.
I'm not spending that goddamn $3.99. You worried about Jodeci? You better get your goddamn money together.
I do not care how much you love Brandy.
No,
we're not buying that. Put it back.
I dare not even.
Okay.
No, I'm not even looking at my mama buy the magazines. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Archie, nothing. No. You shan't.
You can have a book. Would you like a book?
Right. And it wasn't even that because I had plenty of books at the house. Read them again.
We can go to the library. You get all the books you want for free.
Who said you got to read a book once? Shut up. So, rapper / Instagram, I don't know what you call it, influencer, Saucy Santana was shot on I-95 in South Florida last week, Wednesday-ish.
Yeah, I feel like this was shortly after we got out the studio.
So, middle of the night, ramped I-95. Apparently, he's in his car. They just left the strip club. And he claims that he was targeted for being a homosexual in a gentleman's club that was getting more attention from the women than the rest of you know, dusty foot straight niggas that be in there every single Wednesday when you should be spending that money on formula.
Diapers and things.
And so that led to some niggas driving by his car and lighting it up. Basically, he and the other passengers, 2 male friends, I believe, were shot.
Yikes.
He and one of the other young men were shot in the arm. And the other person was shot in the hand, is what I read.
Good God.
There's a clip of them, you know, basically being super like overwhelmed and emotional and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Whatever news outlet posted this and stuff like that out where it happened. Not long after Santana did like an interview with I don't know if it was TMZ or somebody. Tip Drill, which is one of them strippers from, well, she dances a couple of places, honestly, but also is now known for being on Love and Hip Hop Miami. Right. She did a video and basically said that Santana wasn't like targeted for his sexuality, but he kind of like incited some sort of argument with the security guard in the strip club. She said that like he was twerking or dancing in a thong or some shit like that or whatever. And security guard basically came up to him and told him that he needed to tone it down because it's a gentleman's club. He got tight and started arguing with him. You know, she claimed that he was doing too much, basically.
This is all according to Tip Drill.
To this dancer, that he was doing too much. And that's how, I guess, things led to where they did. It's like, sweetheart, number of things here that lead to this poor decision you made in sharing this with us. Right.
Right. I mean, that doesn't mean somebody deserves to be shot at.
First of all, if the police were not already, you know, doing an investigation or speaking to that security guard, they damn sure might as well now. I mean, you basically are implying that this security guard either did it, you know what I'm saying, had it done, or at the very least was the reason for it by bringing him up in the first place. So why? Secondly, for you to be saying that a security came up to him and said that he needed to tone down the gay shit basically because it's a strip club. It's a gentleman's club. That's what you're saying it is, sweetheart. If you telling me that they told him to tone down the gay shit because them straight niggas don't want to see that and he's distracting all of these dancers that very clearly know who the fuck this nigga is, because let's not act like he didn't have a moment this year with that song, especially in Florida itself. Like, bitches hear the fucking Walk 'Em Like a Dog song. A lot of people are familiar with it. So whether they immediately knew him or not, it's no surprise that a couple of them girls are probably like, oh, that's Saucy Santana, I like the song, get excited, whatever. But if you're implying that someone basically told him that don't nobody in here want to see you shaking that ass or wearing a thong or being gay or whatnot, which I totally believe, I'm gay and been to strip clubs, including the ones in Miami. So if that led to him getting upset, arguing with whomever, and that led to him getting shot, how is that not a retaliation for his sexuality?
Yeah, I feel like that girl doesn't know what words mean, because she kept contradicting herself in that way, saying stuff like, well, you know, not being targeted because he was gay, but because, you know, this is a gentleman's club and he in there doing that. Right. So, Mama, do you understand what this is saying, sis? That the allegedly straight men in this club were bothered by his homosexual presence and retaliate? Like, that is what, like, girl.
First of all, big surprise, them dancers aren't there just because they love y'all so much. They're there to make money. I feel quite confident in saying that Santana probably had, if not the biggest bag in there, one of the largest, just from that song this year and the bookings that he got from it. I'm sure that nigga didn't just go in there, you know what I'm saying, thumbing out ones and like, here you go, delicious.
Not like you niggas.
You know what I mean? And that's, but if this motherfucker is from this state, you know, I don't know if he's from, I don't think he's from South Florida, but you absolutely are from here. And you had a good year, you made some money. Why the fuck shouldn't he be in the strip club, shaking and dancing and throwing his money around as well? Like, why? What the fuck is the problem with that? It's not like you niggas ain't gonna be back here this weekend again any motherfucking way. What? I don't understand why he should not be permitted to be himself in that environment and spend money on these girls who, again, are here to make money, not to just tell you how beautiful you are and make you feel, you know, like the man in this motherfucker. They're there to get paid.
Yeah.
And Santana, if he's in there paying bitches, then like, why should he tone down any motherfucking thing?
I have seen girls in the club be told to like sit down because you're doing too much, or like put your shirt back on or whatever, but that is not, I don't think the reason that a woman may be told to like chill out because you're doing too much in the strip club, and the reason that Santana was told was not because of the same thing.
No, absolutely not.
Like, just 100% not. If it's a woman doing it, it might be, you getting on stage with your drunk ass and the actual dancers need to be up here, or, you just causing a fucking scene. This was niggas don't want to see this boy dressed like this or dancing like this in this space.
May come around and the Sweet Heat studs line up them strip clubs, G5, KOD, wherever it is that DJ Dipples has us going, and it's always an amazing time, and don't nobody say nothing, whether them niggas are in there too, which they do be in there too. They don't say nothing. Why? Because these women are coming in here spending bags.
Right. They are in here to spend, and the strippers are here to make the money.
This spot is making coin tonight because they're here. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about you. And them same dancers be paying your asses no fucking mind the same way. Because why? These women are here now to be entertained, and they have the coin. They see you every motherfucking Thursday, bitch. And they know that you're going to be back here next Thursday, not spending no money and still wanting to dance with a lemon pepper drumstick in your fucking ashy ass hand. Bitch, so but y'all don't say nothing then. Why? Because you understand what motherfucking time it is. But also, you don't feel as uncomfortable around studs as you do around feminine presenting gay men or queer men of whatever fucking kind. And even then, when I'm in them clubs, y'all be saying wild homophobic and wild disrespectful shit.
Dude.
Even in those situations directed towards women. Not to mention the way that you basically speak to the dancers like they're fleas. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And that's not even just Florida. Like, that's a super common thing in strip clubs all around the fucking globe, especially black ones. They be talking to these dancers like they're fucking dogs. Yep. It's ridiculous.
It's just the height of disrespect.
But it's looked at
to these girls
like as a part of the culture, and it's just that is what a gentleman club is for a lot of people. It's an opportunity in a space for men to feel like. It's like what India's character said in Queen and Slim. Like, he ain't shit out there like to everybody else he ain't shit, but in here he's a king. Right. Like, that's what that is.
Yes.
And so here
that is the draw of every strip club.
You have brought all of your faggoty ass bullshit in here. And I don't like it.
I didn't come here to see that shit.
And on top of that, now my favorite stripper is over there dancing with you.
But see, that's a you problem. That's not a Santana problem. Because Santana probably not out here throwing money on the girls and then realizing that he threw fives instead of ones and asking the management to come help him pick these fives back up. Like I saw one of you niggas do at Blue Flame a couple of months ago. And I was disgusted and embarrassed on your behalf. Like, sir, she done already shook her ass in your face. What you mean you want a refund? Because you didn't realize what you was doing. What fuck is you talking about?
I'm just so lost.
And they would probably be mad at a stud too if she was in the strip club throwing so much money that the finest, baddest dancers was over there at her section. Y'all would be mad at her too. It's like, you just mad because this person came in here as somebody that you feel like exists outside of what's acceptable or right for this place, and they came in here with more money than you. They showing you up, making you feel small in whatever way, and so you react in a ridiculous manner. I don't know why Tip Drill. I don't know why she chose to insert herself into the dialogue. Maybe this is part of her storyline. I really don't know.
Yeah, because they are apparently filming that show again.
Sis should have put on a different t-shirt, one where her iron-on letters wasn't falling off in the middle of her Instagram live, because I was like, girl,
that's important.
I understand branding, but you need something that's gonna hold up just a little bit sturdier than this her shit. I mean, like your shirt, the letters are folding over themselves, that's girl. Bad. Something else needs that. You can't wash them in the machine, right? Yeah. You gotta turn that inside out, get you some Woolite, wash that in the sink in a big ass bowl. But anyway, point remains, she absolutely implicated the security, and I wouldn't be surprised if they was like, bitch. How you gonna put my name in this bullshit?
Like what? Why are you even saying anything?
Just imagine this? Security have nothing to do with it. They gonna want to beat her ass.
Because they may not.
They may not. You know I don't know who did this, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was some straight niggas who was in the club and mad because they saw some gays. I would not be shocked at all.
Right. So. Exactly. So I don't even understand why. I might have waited to hear more had you not, you know what I'm saying, come forward and basically said, so Santana lying, but he telling the truth.
Right. Because again, I feel like that girl doesn't really have a great grasp on like what words mean what things, because the whole video was just a wreck. I actually could not even finish it. I'm like, I think you don't even know what you're trying to say here, sis.
You're more confused than you realize.
I think so.
Speaking of rap crimes, apparently Tekashi 6ix9ine is scheduled to be sentenced this Wednesday. He, quote unquote, wrote a letter to the judge expressing his remorse that says, as my sentencing date approaches, I'm becoming more and more overwhelmed with emotions. I bet. More than anything, I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity to express my remorse to you, Your Honor, over this situation. Mm-hmm. I now know that I am remorseful for what happened because I was blessed with the gift of an opportunity that most people dream of, but I squandered it by getting involved with the wrong people and misrepresenting myself when I should have been true to myself and my fans. Tekashi 6ix9ine has never used the word squandered. I refuse.
No, I actually don't think he can spell it or even tell me what it means. I do not think that.
Even in context. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why your lawyers can't at least try to match the verbiage to something that sounds like yo dumb ass would have said? I don't know, but all right.
But I'm sure most judges probably are accustomed to, things being written.
Absolutely.
So,
look, I know your lawyer did this.
Lots of rumors surrounding how this sentencing is going to play out. There are rumors that every charge was dropped against him. There are rumors that he's going to be given like time served or something. But a lot of what I've read in the rumor mill points to him being released on Wednesday. From there, what will he and My Little Rat Pony Hair be doing with their lives? I guess that remains to be seen. We did hear rumors that he's welcome to a whole new deal and new bookings and whatever else. I think the first thing that I would do is find some clippers.
Yep.
Shave all of that Atlantica ass.
All that shit.
Krusty the Mermaid clown ass shit right off of his head.
Yep.
Get me some foundation to cover that shit up and get on a crisp ride to another nation.
That's right.
In the middle of the night.
Sure would.
With my baby and the woman that made her. So
straight like that.
That
it's
would
time
be
to go.
My plan.
Right.
Okay. Hand me some Ray-Ban shades.
It's not gonna be cute out here in the streets for you.
An oversized hoodie, possibly one that Ariana Grande can spare.
All right.
Because she's got the largest. And I am on a midnight train.
You are so stupid.
Out of Georgia. Hello?
Yeah. If he's smart, he'll get those tattoos removed, which, the lighter you are, the easier that process is. So he should just go ahead and have those shits on his face and really his forearm and everything too. Doesn't he have them all over?
Yeah,
I don't really know what that little boy looks like, but he's got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Are they not putting him in like not the Secret Service? What is it called?
Witness protection?
Witness protection.
I don't believe so, no.
Well, I hope it was worth it. I'm going to just say that. Because, yikes. I wonder, where is his baby mama, girlfriend, and their child? Do they
hopefully
live?
Somewhere safe, very far away from wherever they're from.
Well, I don't think niggas would, never mind. Never fucking mind.
Right, exactly.
Because niggas have done dumber.
Exactly.
All right.
So, good luck to everybody's health, because at the end of the day, all of this is insane and really ridiculous. And wow, is this going to be one hell of a BET original movie one day?
I really wouldn't be surprised if they let him off on, probation or whatever the lowest sentencing he could get possibly would be, because that nigga absolutely told on everybody.
You need to be on some, Sansa Littlefinger shit and find a fucking boat under a bridge somewhere and sail your ass on
to go.
The first piece of international land
we have
that
to go.
You can find. Mm-hmm. Get out of here.
You're a white man. If you try hard enough, you can blend in with every fucking body else.
Oh, absolutely. So, if you roll hard enough, you might just find your way over into one of them European countries where you'll just look like everybody else as soon as you get them tattoos off.
You already don't bathe, so you just gonna blend in just fine. Good luck to your girlfriend and your child.
Last but not least, the other day I was on Uber Eats.
That's a fun one.
Looking for something to put in my belly. Popeyes is on there.
No, friend.
Which is always, I don't know why I get like taken aback every time I see fast food places on like Grubhub. And
yeah, it used to be real restaurants only.
All of those Postmates.
All the delivery apps, yeah.
But it's like, the girls love, a chicken select, so why shouldn't they? Whatever. So the other day I was on there looking for something to eat that was not Popeyes, but Popeyes was smack dab on the main page. And lo and behold, it wasn't the typical Popeyes logo. Instead, there were 3 niggas standing there under or atop
right.
the Popeyes logo. Their names, Offset, Takeoff, and Quavo. Mm-hmm. The Migos menu is now available at Popeyes. And it goes until January 2nd. I was thrown. Like, excuse me?
I love this.
This just brought me back to when, and I'm sorry to bring it up again.
Okay.
It brought me back to Mary J. Blige shuffling on top of that Burger King table. Talking about that rap that was abysmal. Okay. But worse.
So the Migos thing was worse?
Oh, hell yeah. It's the Migos. The last thing you need to be doing is selling me chicken.
I was about to say, I wonder, is there a song? I would die if there was a song.
It's probably any day now.
Oh, Lord.
You know that Quavo has at least 5 hooks on his brain right now, in case Popeyes asked. But apparently, that's exactly what they did. And this is why I'm telling y'all this fucking sandwich is treacherous. At least these white people and them selling it to you. Because they're going past every soft shoe ass boulevard that they can think of to get this sandwich out of their stores and into your hands. So apparently Quavo had a video on his Instagram where he was selling chicken sandwiches out the back of a truck for $1,000 a bun.
Oh, blacks.
And so someone at Popeye said, I love his business approach. Let's go into business with them. Because, I mean, these niggas are stabbing each other over this sandwich. So clearly they need some niggas to keep the energy going. So each member has their own meal on the Migos menu. I realized the day that it happened, because of course I had to click on it and learn more. Quavo's was the only one that was sold out.
Right.
Because it was the only one that had the fucking sandwich in it.
Listen, the girls like what they like.
They left, it was like a boneless here and maybe some dark meat there for the other girls. But Quavo got not 1, but 2 chicken sandwiches that came with his meal.
Oh, bitch.
So
naturally, niggas flocked to it.
Naturally, his was the only one that you could not receive at that point. And to this day, I'm sure that's the only one that you won't be able to find.
Right.
Because nobody's really pressed over regular ass Popeye's chicken today, I guess.
Nope.
Everybody just wants that sandwich as if the rest of the chicken isn't also delicious. But anyway.
There's something special about that chicken sandwich breast, though. I'm telling you. I know you haven't tried it, but my nigga, I
refuse to.
It is exceptionally good.
At this point, the only reason I want to try the sandwich is so that when I talk about how disgusted I am with it, I can also say that I've had it. Okay. Because it's like, all the niggas are, you ain't tried it before, so how you gonna? Niggas have died. I don't feel like I need.
All right, points were made.
But just so that I can say I have tried. I'm sure it's delicious. I know it is.
Yeah.
But I just want to be able to back up my disgust with the fact that I too have tried it. But other than that.
Yeah, everybody said it was different now. Well, not everybody. A bunch of niggas on the internet said it was different now and not as good.
And you know what?
It came back and all that.
Fuck y'all. Because you niggas do this all the time.
With every product.
With everything.
It's true.
Y'all beat the shit out of each other and be jumping people's kids and mamas and shit like that for this stuff when it comes out. And then after a few weeks go by and the initial hype has sort of died down, one of you niggas is like, ain't even as good as it used to be. And then there's this domino effect of a whole bunch of other niggas saying it, even though it'd be the same goddamn product.
Yeah. I mean, I tried it again. I hadn't since it had sold out and come back, but I tried it again. And I got to tell you, it's still really fucking good. It was still really fucking good. That meat, I do not know how they got a chicken breast that is that thick to be that fucking juicy. Like, is no part of the chicken breast that's like dry or you like, ugh, it's just like hard to chew on. It's like, it is just so, I've never had
probably a couple syringes.
Fast food chicken that tasted like
words
that.
I can't
It's
spell.
so juicy. It is just, woo, child, I'm telling you. And then you pour a little bit of sauce on that bit. Woo. Chile. It's still good. I don't know what you hoes are talking about. If it's good in Harlem, it ought to be good everywhere.
If it's good in Harlem, it about to be great everywhere.
So figure it out, hoes, because I just don't know how y'all don't love it. But yeah, you just got to try one. You don't go to Popeyes. Somebody go to Popeyes and get you one and then bring it and you can decide for yourself.
I mean, that's the point. You don't have to go to Popeyes, girls. You can jump right on Uber Eats and Quavo will hand deliver you 2 chicken sandwiches as well as...
if it's not sold out in your city.
Yeah, which it is.
And it probably is.
2 fries, 1 mash with gravy, 2 apple pies, and 2 small drinks for $17.99. This is actually an amazing deal.
Yeah, that's a dinner date. That's a Netflix and chill.
I was just going to say that verbatim.
Yes. This is your babe. Let's just stay in and fire up that Disney Plus.
Dine in Disney Plus.
Let's just do that because this is, I mean, fries and potatoes, not things I eat at Popeyes, but you can't beat that with a stick. As far as the value.
You don't eat the mashed potatoes at Popeyes?
I mean, I'm not saying they nasty. I'm just saying if the choice is a side, it's going to be red beans and rice.
Red beans and rice to me because that's just the sensible decision.
Like, ma'am, you get 2 sides. Can I get a double red beans and rice?
It's because I'm limited to 2, so you have to choose wisely. You can't just be making any ass decision.
I don't want y'all mac and cheese. No shade. That ain't it. I don't want them Cajun fries. Fries are fine, but like womp.
Yeah, you can fries any damn way.
Why would you get fries at Popeyes when you could get the fucking red beans and rice that you can't get at no other fast food chain?
It just doesn't make sense.
It does not make sense.
Unless you're allergic, maybe, but...
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm sure there's an allergy for someone in there.
I just never considered that somebody might really be allergic to.
I mean, there are people who are allergic to chicken, and that is devastating to me. Like, that makes me sad.
That's wrong, yeah. You should be able to ask God for a reboot. You should be able to go back and be like, somebody need to control, alt, delete me and bring me back because no.
I know there are like chocolate allergies and like even a peanut allergy is devastating, to be quite honest. When you break down all of the things that contain peanut
and they're all
of the things that are good solely because of the peanut.
Simply peanut butter. Phenomenal product.
We could just roll down into peanut butter and the sky's simply the limit from there.
Everything is so good. I feel for y'all with them allergies.
I was in a grocery store yesterday and saw that they make Reese's whipped topping now, like Ready Whip. That's Reese's peanut butter.
Peanut butter Ready Whip.
Yeah, like Reese's peanut butter Ready Whip. And part of me was like, curiosity really wants me to check this out. And another part of me was like, that other part was my stomach. Right. It said, girl, now we've been through too much. Right. And what I'm not going to allow you to do is fucking troll me today.
At this point, if you wanted to eat this, you should have did it when we was 22.
Right. The answer is no.
You're playing games today and we're not doing that.
We're not doing it.
No. The adult in me would be like, I'll just make my own peanut butter whipped topping at home.
You can do that.
I do not want, and not Reese's peanut butter on top of that. Like, I only like Reese's peanut butter in Reese's products. Only in the candy. Like, I do not want it anywhere else. The people who buy the jar of it by themselves, I do not know how y'all eat that.
I don't either.
I need chocolate to go with that peanut butter.
I don't think taste right otherwise. I don't think I've ever tried it though. But I've never tried it because I can't see me tasting that peanut butter without chocolate.
Right. I don't want to. I don't want to taste it.
I don't want to.
Yeah,
maybe
so
dip an Oreo in that bitch or something else that's chocolate flavored.
No,
but
I'm not buying Reese's Ready Whip, but I'm sure countless children across the country are spraying that all over their desserts this holiday season and getting they fucking... Or they're putting it in like hot chocolate or something.
That's what I'm guessing.
Now that sounds good as hell.
Right. I'm sure there are a long list of things. Okay, right. Once you start thinking about it, yes, there are lots of things that could probably be
chocolate
amazing.
Pie.
You know, the whip itself.
Yeah. It probably could be. Especially if the consistency is right.
Because the first thing that I thought of, honestly, was ice cream and hot chocolate. But I was like,
God, ice cream is genius. Ice cream is so fucking smart.
But no.
Okay. All right. Yeah, those two things and those two things alone, but I'm still not buying that.
Yeah, so if you're looking for Amigos lunch, you know where to get your servings. They also have, not only do they have the Quavo, the Offset, and the Takeoff, you can also get all of them together in a meal called Tour Rider. Wow.
It's called Tour Rider?
Yes.
All three? How much does that cost? Like $80? $50. Oh, well, okay. See, you get a discount.
I guess.
If you buy all the chicken at once. What is that? You must be having a house party or something to get all three of them hoes.
And it looks to be like, well, this is probably just marketing because Uber Eats tweeted this, but they said the Migos Tour Rider is now a Popeyes menu, and they're on their bus eating it. But I'm assuming and guessing this is just to promote their shit.
Absolutely.
They're probably making a huge bag off of this fucking shit too.
Yeah.
But Takeoffs has 5 tenders with 2 sauces. And yeah, it's literally Takeoff get tenders and Offset just gets mixed chicken with bone.
Like, see, so they just bought this for their kids. They just had all the kids come over and be like, look, amongst you 15 niggas, there is something for everybody.
And let me tell you something. Parents, I don't blame you.
No, I don't.
You know
I really do not.
And on top of that, as a child, I understood that, you know, when our parents came home and basically just turned a fast food bag upside down and let the contents spill across the kitchen table and went to bed.
Wow.
Like, I understood that they were saying, I'm not doing it. I am tired. Here is food. But those were also some of the most exciting damn dinners.
Right.
When they just, like, let your parents come home.
Because it never happened.
It never happened.
Not in my house. My mama cooked almost every day of my life.
And many days, if they weren't cooking, your ass was getting leftovers.
Yeah.
So when they decided to splurge on, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Some Popeyes or like what else did I love when it came home?
Oh, and my mama brought home a pizza, boy. I'm like, it is my lucky damn day.
Fried rice. My dad used to buy like this. I'm talking about like, think of like the KFC bucket. Like the size of that.
All right, yes.
But just fried rice.
Oh my God.
To this day, he probably still does this. Like every moon, you know, every now and then he might just be like, you know, here it is. Or like we had Pollo Tropical in Florida. And I don't know where else that shit is, but it's essentially just a chicken. The chicken that they used to bring on set from, was it Chirpin' Chicken here in the city?
What's that? Our set?
Yeah, for the show.
I didn't know they brought Chirpin' Chicken on set.
That was the chicken that they served damn near every week that they brought in. I think they just got it from Chirpin'.
I never ate whatever they had in there.
Fair enough. Okay. Lots of people just took whatever the fuck.
Right.
But I did have that chicken the first week and I realized it was Chirpin' because that chicken tastes very similar to Pollo Tropical. Pollo Tropical is better, but the chicken tastes very similar.
Right.
But the sides are god awful. Sorry, Chirpin'. They're terrible. But
they're like, look, it's not called Chirpin' Sides. It's called Chirpin' Chicken, bitch. We're good at one thing.
That is a solid point. Like you bitches
go somewhere else
buying hot dogs from Dairy Queen and then complaining, bitch. Dairy Queen. Do you think I own this bitch?
The blizzards, bitch. You're supposed to come here for the blizzards.
Anybody tell you to come here and get no damn nuggets? You
the one
stupid
came
bitch.
here looking for a hamburger. Why, bitch?
McDonald's right across the street. Checkers. You came here and mad at me, bitch.
Yeah. I totally understand parents who are like, fuck it, we hitting the drive-thru because what I do not got right now is the energy for you little niggas.
Hey kids, plot twist, you may have McDonald's today.
They didn't even ask.
You don't even have to ask. We just popped up in the drive-thru. No questions. Well, that is the Hot Tops for today. Let's take a break and we will come back with your letters. So let me tell you something. Whatever's going on between Ray J and Princess Love is none of my business. But what seems is, today at least, is Raycon. Their wireless earbuds are half the price of any other premium wireless earbud. And they sound amazing. They actually really do sound very good.
Yeah, they do. They sound great.
Decent quality headphones. If you haven't got a pair, today's your lucky day. Raycon just released their best model yet, the E25s, which reminds me of like a video game thing for some reason. So I really like that name. They have 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more more compact design that gives you a nice noise isolating fit, which is something essential in cities like this where you're walking around with headphones and don't want to hear all of the incessant mania that is running rampant in the streets. Yeah. They're so comfortable, perfect for on-the-go listening and taking phone calls. Unlike other wireless options, Raycon earbuds are both stylish and discreet with no dangling wires or stems. And they've got loads of celebs and Instagram folks that are big fans.
Yep.
So pick up a pair for yourself and see what's so exciting about them.
Yeah, a lot of people like them, and rightly so, because y'all know how I am about Ray J. And I would be like, I do not know what this number done sent out here for us to try. Yeah. Right. But they really do have like really dope sound quality, especially considering the price. Like they really are so much cheaper than most of the premium wireless earbuds out on the market today, and they do sound really good. So now is the time to get the latest and greatest from Raycon. Yes, that is a sentence I'm saying, and I mean it. Get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/theread. That's buyraycon.com/theread for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/theread. It was a great Christmas gift, y'all. All right,
yeah, it is.
Let's move on.
Okay, so time for your listener letters now that we're back, and I'm actually now starving after all of that chicken talk.
I got an edible in my bag.
I said myself, they ain't gonna do nothing but make me hungrier and high.
I mean, but that won't be probably till we out the
studio.
See, I had a feeling. Niggas.
But yes, we have returned, and we're going to be diving into some of your end of the year mess.
Yes, we are. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may read them aloud on the show. Our first question comes from, I'll call her Faith.
Okay.
And Faith says, here's the problem. I was dating a guy named Carlos earlier last year, and it turned into a situationship, and silly me fell in love.
Oh, boy.
He was honest about having a baby mama, but he was not honest about sleeping with her while we were sleeping together. Mm-hmm. I officially broke things off with Carlos this time last year, and he went crawling back to his baby mama. My dumbass continued to see him because I love him and felt like we belonged together despite the circumstances. Carlos left his baby mama after a few months, and we started trying to build a new relationship. You want me to open it?
Yes, because I can't.
Fast forward to today, where me and Carlos are officially together, extremely happy, and his baby mama can't stand it. I understand her hostility, but she is really getting to be too much. She has threatened to have me beat up on site multiple times. Keeps his child away from him just to be petty and hurt his feelings.
No, I hate when y'all do that.
And has now taken to creating Instagram accounts to fuck with me. I usually just block them because I'm 32 and she is 36, meaning we are too old for this. But recently,
I thought you were going to say she was younger than you.
Right. But recently, she made a post saying to contact me because I give $2 blowjobs, and a bunch of random men keep requesting me. Wow.
I don't know. Okay.
How should I deal with this besides pulling up on her and slapping her sideways? I have tried to be an adult and ignore the BS, but she has crossed the line. I appreciate your input.
Any other choice?
Thanks, Faith. Yeah, Faith. See, girl, here's the problem.
I don't know why anybody would want to be that girl.
Yeah.
And girl is like non-gender specific in this situation.
Yeah,
because
I don't know why you want to be that fool.
I don't know why you would want... Oh, okay. Like making them secret profiles to troll bitches and all that stuff. I don't know why you would want to give that.
Yeah. Now, Faith left out some information here that I think would provide a lot of context, and that is the number of children he has with this woman and their ages. Because something tells me he's been fucking her since those kids were born or kid was born. And, you know, that baby might be 4, 5, 6 years old at this point. And so the fact that you were the side bitch knowingly, willingly, and then he turns you into the main bitch is like, of course the baby mama is not going to take her foot off your neck. I'm not saying she's right for that.
Right.
I'm just saying people tend to have very close connections with the people that, you know, they created children with, especially when they continue to fuck. So you knew you were wrong for fucking him while he was with his baby mama. Like when you kicked him out this time last year and said you was done and, you know, that was your fault for falling in love with somebody who you wasn't in a relationship with, you should have just took that L right there, dealt with the pain and kept going through it. But you didn't. You started fucking this man like he wasn't with her. And sis, I don't know if you're taking a step back and looking at your life, but it's very much like a Tyler Perry movie situation right now where you are willingly stepping into the role of like the girlfriend or the partner, and like you don't remember where you came from. Like, do you not remember that he was cheating on his girl with you? Like, do you really think he's not going to continue? Do you really think he won't impregnate you and then you'll be the crazy baby mama who is wilding out simply because some new hoe is fucking her man even though she knows about you? Do you not think that is entirely plausible? Like, I get, excuse me, I get being like, yo, bitch, you're 36 years old, grow up. She does need to grow up. But I also think you deliberately inserted yourself into this situation. And there's one really easy way to get out of it that you're probably not going to take.
Well...
So,
I mean, this seems like something that should be obvious in terms of whether or not you should be cutting yourself completely out of it. You know what I mean? Like you are obviously dealing with a ton of baggage that doesn't really need to have anything to do with you anyway. But
girl,
while I'm not a fan of like the social media stalking and all that other bullshit, especially over a nigga, I sort of agree with you in that, like, what did you kind of expect?
Yeah, I mean, again, not excusing it because she really is too old for that.
Yeah.
And so that is very true. But like why are you here? Why were you fucking her baby daddy? Even while he was with her, knowingly being the side bitch. Why was you doing that?
I just, I think that you need not be in the situation with this motherfucker. It's very break up with him.
It is incredibly break up with him.
I just don't I don't know where anybody is coming from in this situation. Like I said, I don't understand why you would want to be that person. Like
and he already has a history of lying to you. He didn't even tell you he was fucking his baby mama when y'all was just fucking around.
Exactly. It's like, why? I don't even know why this is a letter. Like, leave that nigga.
Several like this in the inbox this week.
And so, like, what is he doing in the meantime while his child's or his kid's mama is telling people that you suck dick for $2 and shit like that? What is he? How is he, bridging that gap?
Right. Why is he not standing in the gap between the two? This is like I said last week. You coming after her? Like,
exactly.
Why isn't he managing this? Why is he letting his baby mama talk to or about you crazy on Instagram?
This is exactly why niggas consistently do this, because it's easy to get it. They don't have to do nothing but sit back and fuck all y'all and let y'all scrap it out.
And y'all will willingly do it.
And you willingly do it.
And that's both of y'all, you and her.
Exactly.
Both of y'all are doing this behind this man who has lied and cheated on you both. If you think your man hasn't cheated on you, I'm sorry, he has. So...
And it is likely not just y'all two.
Right. It is likely not even just the two of you. So you decide how long you want to put up with this and play these games with his baby mama. Like, if nothing else, I would be like, excuse you, the only reason this bitch got a problem with me is you. So therefore, you need to handle her.
Yep.
And you need to care enough about me to handle her. And I know that's your baby mama. So what did you finna do here? Like, shit or get off the pot.
But that nigga's not gonna do anything but act like you're asking too much and you're being too dramatic and all you gotta do is ignore her and et cetera, et cetera. Anything to sort of, gaslight your ass, basically. When the simple thing to do would be A, be honest with everyone. And B,
yeah, good luck.
Speak to the mother of your kids and say, this is a situation that I'm in right now and I need you to respect it, and I will do all that I can to respect you as well. That would be like too much.
No, that's way too mature. Right. Yeah.
So
that would be way too. If you really meant that, you probably would have done it from the very damn beginning and not disrespected your baby mama so much in the first place.
Right.
Like, girl, why are you so willing to put up with all this behind this man? You have not told me what's so great.
You ain't gonna do nothing but end up having kids with this nigga
and be just like her.
Of this girl who is, all over your Facebook or whatever right the fuck now.
And then y'all start the baby mama club.
I was just about to say it. And gang up on
the third one.
I was just about to say it. You're gonna be out here, like Future used to have him.
Yeah.
I guess that fell apart.
Oh, they not still in that group chat?
There's like 8 of them
now. WhatsApp? Oh, well, yeah.
They're all over the place.
It's so many of them now. They done started off with smaller group chats. Like number 1 and number 2 is off in their own conversation by themselves because they superior to the rest.
They're about to just have support groups.
They clicking up and everything. They about right. It ain't about time for them to take a new line. I wouldn't be surprised if some new girls crossed soon, and it's just like it's a huge group over there. It's a sorority of hoes working.
The burning thing.
Yes, the sands burn, child. You and your mind. So,
yeah, leave this nigga, please.
Please, girl. Please, girl.
But then again, a lot of you, male, female, otherwise, really love this drama. And I think that you, a lot of you attempt to convince yourself that you don't, but you welcome it and you entertain it.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you have... It's almost like you have a go-to behavior or response or whatever for this. Like, a lot of people just gravitate towards messiness because that's what they know, or they just really live for it more than they realize that they do. Mm-hmm. If you really aren't for this bullshit, you'll recognize, hey, I'm dealing with a nigga who been a liar, who been in some mess,
right?
Who now has me in some mess, and there are niggas out here that are all over the place. And I ain't got no kids with this nigga anyway right now. Right. So this is a smooth exit.
It is.
Or it could be.
It could be. If he didn't have the power of that dick over you, because I have to assume the dick is phenomenal.
Because if it's not, then I know this wouldn't be a letter.
Right, you're right, because this just, I really would not know what the fuck he was on if not.
Odds are you would just be taking advantage of whatever it is you do like about him. He buys you nice things, pay your rent, whatever, and then just be fucking somebody else. I
really doubt he's doing all that.
I know he isn't. I'm
he's
just
probably
saying,
just coming home every day and fucking you regularly.
I doubt this would be as difficult if his dick was trash.
That's real.
So
okay, good luck to you. Because breaking up, especially over the holidays, is not easy. But I think you know what you need to do here.
Hello.
Now, whether you're gonna do it or learn the hard way, it's up to you.
Because if you think you're not about to be treated the exact same way at some point,
you see her life.
You dizzy.
Do you want it? Do you want her situation? Okay. Our next question comes from Beverly, who says, I'm a 30-year-old woman who just moved to a new state for a job. I've never been able to explore my sexuality as I've historically only dated men and have a conservative family. But in recent years, I've been coming to terms with my sexuality. I realized that I'm attracted to women, both femmes and studs, and I want to pursue my queerness. I've gone to queer parties and events on my own because I'm pretty closeted among my friends. I never even hooked up with a woman, so I feel insecure coming out when I haven't been able to say that it's more than just attraction. In my new home, I've been using the dating apps and usually just search for women, also because men are trash. Anyway, I've started seeing someone new and we went on a few dates. This person seems to like me and we made plans to see each other again this weekend, but after they found out I've never had any queer experiences, they were extremely hesitant about continuing and said that they always get hurt when dating first-timers and don't want to be anyone's experiment. I can respect that this is their past experience, and I know what it feels like to not want to get hurt. This is not the first time I'm hearing this, but it is deeply discouraging. I know it's not anyone's responsibility to be self-sacrificial and help me figure this out, but I do feel like I am queer and deeply want to feel queer connection. Is there hope for someone in their 30s to explore their sexuality? Does it depend on the person they're trying to date? Do I have to have queer experiences before I declare that I am queer? Would love to hear your thoughts. Sincerely, I forgot the name I gave her. Beverly. Yeah.
So on the last thing you said, you don't have to have queer experiences to identify.
You do not.
I think there are a lot of women that you may be attracted to that won't have a problem with this. I feel like a lot of queer women actually are like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's always felt like there isn't much of a middle ground there. Like, it feels like a lot of queer girls are either like, girl, I'm not doing none of that first time and let me figure out if I really like pussy thing or strap thing with none of y'all. Or girls who are just like, yep, I'll teach you all about it, girls. Come sign up right here. Put your name on the dotted line. Like, so I feel like maybe it's about,
Yeah, that's pretty true. They either will or they won't. And it's, enthusiastic either way.
Yeah.
I mean, that does suck for you, but I also feel like you don't necessarily need to disclose that you haven't had same-sex experiences before. I don't think that you necessarily need to say that. Like, all that matters is that you want to do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, even this, I feel like this could technically even count as an experience where it was like, I went out with you. We had a few dates and now it's not working. So here you go. That's your first experience in the bag. And if somebody else asks, you can be like, sure have. Didn't work out after a few days, but what's up with you and that puss? And go from there. Like, right. I don't think you have to make it some big, I've always dated men, but now I know that girls get my engine started. Like, I don't think it has to be some big grand declaration. Yeah. You can just be out here, really? Just dating whoever. Yeah.
I was going to ask that same thing. Like, I don't really think that you need to announce to anyone that it's your first, time, or you're still learning.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even say that.
I wouldn't either. But I think that I don't think that you need to be discouraged. Like, I don't think that it definitely doesn't have anything to do with your age. And
30 is, please, that is nothing, girl. 30 just getting started.
Really? At least the fun part. And,
right.
I also think that it might have to do with environment and just testing the waters and trying it out. Like, you're not guaranteed to get laid as soon as you go out and stuff like that. Especially have standards, morals, taste, anything like that. You know what I mean? If you wanted to just have sex, you probably easily could. But if you want to have a connection like that with somebody that you're attracted to and feel safe and comfortable with, and you're also going to want them to feel the same way, probably.
Right.
It's going to take a little, trying to find the right situation. And I also don't think that you would want to have sex just to have sex. You know what I mean? To have a new sexual experience like that for the sake of it.
Yeah. No, not just because. Don't just fuck just because. Fuck because it's somebody that you was like, oh my God. Yeah. I need to see what you look like without no clothes on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it for that.
Yeah, do it genuinely because of the connection with a person and not because of whatever. A lot of people, being queer is baggage, child. A lot of the girls really
so true.
Just have...
And you're not out to nobody, your family's conservative, all that makes it harder. So, just don't tell the girls. Or be like, I've only dated a couple of people, but I grew up with a real conservative family, so I don't have that much experience. People get that. You don't have to be like, I've been straight all my life, but now I want to try one of y'all out. Because that does have people be like, okay, now look, this is not a ride. You either really are interested in me or you're not.
I really don't I don't think that you need to be, you could be vague, in my opinion, just I've had a couple of dates and very mild experiences, but nothing real yet.
Nothing long term.
Yeah, nothing long term. Nothing, super serious. Yeah. I feel like there's no real necessity for you to share that kind of information with whoever. But then again, like I said, not every woman you meet is going to be completely turned off by the fact that you haven't had, those.
I know a lot of studs who don't have no problem with that at all.
None. Not one.
Not one issue, girl.
Femmes too, to be honest.
Okay. And I'm actually jealous that you're attracted to both because,
right?
Wow.
I don't think that's common.
I could be married by now if I was attracted to femmes.
Nigga culture. What can you do,
Right. God damn, it really is nigga now. Culture. So yeah, good luck to you though, Beverly. Dating is hard for everybody.
It really is.
Good luck to all of us out here just, trying to find somebody worth one fuck. Amen. All right. Last letter comes from Deshaun, who says, my mother had some medical issues growing up that led her to being addicted to opioids. This eventually led her to getting a DUI. Shortly after that, my dad divorced her and she was stuck couch surfing between family members. She's gone through rehab and is clean, but because of her record, it's hard to find a job. She applies as much as she can, but she currently works part-time at Target. It's hard for her to make do with that income and no one else would help her, so I decided to send her money with each of my paychecks. I have been doing this for 4 years. I love my mom and I'd do anything for her, and to see her in the situation she's in breaks my heart. But because I've been taking care of her, I haven't been able to save a penny. I'm 25 and I've wanted to move to New York my whole life, but I still live in the city where I graduated college, working a job I don't care about. Where do I draw the boundary of taking care of my mom and taking care of myself? I've considered getting a second job, but I don't have a car and can't afford one, so the logistics work against me. Please let me know whatever advice you may have, and I would be... Oh, you're not answering any questions, bro. It's not live. But yes, sincerely, a white boy named Deshaun.
A white boy named Deshaun?
That is what it's up. And yes, his photo is... Yes, he is a white boy named Deshaun.
Alrighty.
He appears to be a white Latino, but yes.
Okay. Well, that's a rough one.
Yeah, parents are hard.
I totally understand where you're coming from. I empathize with this completely, and I think that it's difficult to like find a sort of balance in supporting family or anybody that you care about, anybody that you love, supporting them to an extent that you feel is adequate, while also balancing whatever your own stuff is. I would say that the only thing that I could say and feel confident about it is if your mother like really wants the best for you and loves you and things like that, I think that she will understand when you are ready to be like, look, I got to do me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're 25. So you literally have so much to explore and to figure out and to get started for yourself. And whether that's in New York or it is in, France or the lost city of Atlantis, bitch, wherever the fuck it is that you want to go. I think that your mother should understand that you're basically a kid and that you're going to need to sort of take care of yourself and branch out and see what's out there for you, which means that you also will have to pull back on at least financially supporting her. You've been doing it for 4 years.
That's a lot.
That's a long time. You know what I'm saying? That's like graduation.
Right.
So, I mean, no one can say that you don't care, that you haven't tried, that you haven't done your best and things like that. And it doesn't mean to just be like, okay, girl, it's done. You know what I mean? You could maybe discuss like a plan.
Yeah.
Of, like really breaking down the details of how much longer you can support her, an actual date that you would stop and move or just, stop and start something else or whatnot. But I think that you just have to have like a real candid and like heartfelt conversation with your mom about your desires and needs, and hopefully she understands. You just sort of figure out where to go from there.
Right.
But I don't think that any parent that really understands and gives a fuck about their kid is going to be like, but I
especially because you've been helping her for years.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be like one thing. I would be understanding if you like gave her a check over the summer or something like that, and she's legit struggling and surfing couches and stuff like that. And you're like, but I want to go to Broadway. Then I might, I'll still leave you to do it because it's not my mama. I'm not going to judge you. You know what I mean? But helping your mama financially at 25 for 4 fucking years is huge. And like I said, I don't think that she should have any issue or be under the, she shouldn't be confused as to what it is that you're saying. She should want you to go out and explore and start your own life. So.
Right. This is hard because the whole "that's your mama" thing is strong with most of us. And so, right. The idea that you don't owe your mama is a lot for people to handle. Like, that's a very hard pill for some people to swallow, or like a hard concept to really believe, because it's like, of course I owe my mama because she did this for me. But you didn't have your mama. Your mama had you. Like, she had the obligation to care for and raise you. Yeah. Not the other way around. And I'm not saying that means, don't give a fuck about your mama. I'm just saying, like, it's literally not your responsibility to make sure that she has enough money to live. And again, I know what that sounds like because that's your fucking mama. Right. And you don't want her homeless or, couch surfing every month, living with other people and all that. Like, I fully get it. But that doesn't mean you have to sacrifice your life, your dreams, the things you want to do in order to be that for her.
Exactly.
Like you're only going to grow more resentful if you continue to deny the things that you want to do or explore in your own life out of feeling like, oh, but I can't leave this job that I fucking hate because I have to send money to my mama. No, you don't owe your mama miserableness. Like, you don't owe her sacrificing your own happiness and peace so that, her phone stays on or something like that. You really don't. You don't deserve to be miserable and feeling like you're stuck in life when you want to go places and experience new things.
And again, your mama shouldn't want that for you.
Yes, and she should not want you to be miserable. She shouldn't. And if she does, then that lets you know you're dealing with somebody who, I don't even know if selfish is the right word.
I think it is.
It's selfish, and it's also like, it's like a refusal to see your child as their own person who deserves to have their own life and destiny. Like, I just don't understand why you would want to take that away from your own offspring, especially because your mama's addiction surely led to you going through a whole lot of shit in your youth and while you were growing up. I'm sure it did. So she should really, at this point, especially because you've been helping her for the last 4 years, be able to say, White Deshaun, I love you so much for the sacrifices you've made, and I'm so sorry for the hell I put you through. And if you feel like you're ready to leave that job and go see what New York City has for you, then I support you 100%, and I'm proud of you. Right. Like, that should absolutely be the reaction your mama has. And yeah, things will be hard for her without that extra money, but she's grown. She's going to have to hustle and make changes and figure it out, because this world is fucked up. This society is broken and unfair, and that is the way things work here.
Facts.
I'm sorry that is the case. It shouldn't be the case. Somebody like your mama who went through a drug addiction and they've been going to rehab and they've been staying off drugs and trying to make something out of their life should have way more support. It should not be on you, but that is not on you.
Right.
So.
Totally agree. I think that, your mom should understand, and you should be sort of permitted to start the process of figuring out your own journey. Because again, you're 25. Like, if I was talking to somebody that was 38, 40 years old or something that has, had their job and kids and things like that, then, and even then, honestly, I would be like, look, if the bills are harder to pay, or the kids ain't getting their Cinnamon Toast Crunch no more, they got to get the stuff in the bag or whatever, you know what I mean? And like, I would still feel the same way, because the fact still remains that you are not necessarily responsible to take care of your parent, especially if, your mother has the ability to work, because she is,
right,
and get around and that sort of thing. So you had to take care of yourself, man. You had to take care of yourself and make sure that you don't end up in a situation where you end up resenting her on top of, all of the other stuff that you guys have been through already. So
you don't want to blink and 15 years have gone by in a job you hate, and you're unhappy, you're unhealthy, you're unwell, and you're still doing everything because you feel this sense of obligation to your mama. Like, again, totally get it, but you really do deserve to prioritize and take care of yourself, and I hope you do that. And you can say that to her in a loving way. It doesn't have to be, fuck you, mom, I'm not sending you money no more. Like, people kind of think boundaries have to mean hurting somebody's feelings. And establishing boundaries might hurt somebody's feelings, but that doesn't mean you have to say it in a hurtful way.
Right. Huge difference.
You can say things lovingly to people and make it clear that, like, you're doing this because you want to maintain a relationship with that person.
Absolutely.
And you want y'all to have a healthy relationship with each other. So
I think that's a part of the reason why so many people are afraid to have conversations like this with whoever they're close to. They're afraid that they're going to hurt the person's feelings, or they don't know how to, like, address it without expressing frustration or anger or saying it in a hurtful way. And it's like, totally possible. You just gotta think about it first, or plan what you're gonna say. Maybe
you can always write out what you're gonna say if that makes things easier for you or whatever. But, like, don't be worried about hurting somebody's feelings. Hurt feelings are a part of life. People have to know how to manage those and have appropriate responses.
Yes.
And if your mama's feelings are hurt and that means she lashes out at you and says all kinds of terrible things to you, then you know that you absolutely made the right decision, and you should have been done it actually. Right. So best of luck to you, Deshaun, and everybody else trying to get right with family, especially around this time of year, because I know shit is hard. So best of luck. If you have questions, send yours to ask3@gmail.com. Okay, we'll be right back.
So listen, a couple of questions about your teeth brushing habits. What actually makes a better toothbrush? Is it industrial strength power, claims of miraculous trendy ingredients, multiple modes? If you ask your dentist, they'll tell you it's less about the brush and more about how you use it. That's why Quip was created by dentists and product designers to focus on what actually matters for your oral health. Healthier habits. Quip's sensitive vibrations with a built-in timer guide gentle brushing for the dentist recommended 2 minutes with 30-second pulses, ensuring an even clean. The sleek, intuitive design is simple to use and comes with a travel cap that doubles as a mirror mount. So if you're an on-the-go person, then you don't even have to worry about all of that, which is important.
It is.
These thoughtful features make brushing something you actually want to do twice a day. Plus, Quip automatically delivers brush heads to you every 3 months for clean new bristles right on schedule, so you don't have to worry about that part. Quip is one of the first electric brushes accepted by the American Dental Association, and they're backed by over 25,000 dental professionals. Good habits matter to living a healthier life, so help form fresh oral health habits with Quip.
Yes, literally, like having good oral health habits has a huge effect on your overall health. And so get started with Quip. They start at just $25 and you'll get your first refill free when you go to getquip.com/theread. It's a simple way to support the show and do something better for your mouth. So go to getquip.com/theread. Again, to get your first refill free, that's getquip.com/theread. Take care of your mouth. So important. Okay, let's move on.
So this week's episode is also being brought to you by HelloFresh. If you're in a city like this one where it is freezing and the sun goes down at 4:30, you might not even be looking to do no serious cooking or grocery shopping or whatever. You just want to get a nice meal done in an easy manner. And with HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit, you can get easy seasonal recipes and pre-measured ingredients delivered right to your door. All you have to do is cook it and enjoy it. Break out your dinner rut with HelloFresh's 20+ seasonal chef-curated recipes. Each week, they're actually incredibly delicious and super easy to make. There's something for everyone. They send you pretty much everything that you need, from family recipes to calorie smart, vegetarian, and fun menu series like Hall of Fame and craft burgers. HelloFresh makes cooking delicious meals at home a reality, regardless of your comfort in the kitchen. We've got step-by-step recipes to pre-measured ingredients. You'll have everything you need to get a wow-worthy dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes. HelloFresh is flexible and fits your lifestyle. Add extra meals to your weekly order, as well as yummy add-ons like garlic bread, cookie dough, and little extra things like that. Always fun. I always get that. And easily change your delivery days, food preferences, and skip a week whenever you need to.
Yes, that is a great thing about HelloFresh. You can change it up whenever you need. You can add things on, switch up the food preferences, and it just takes all of the work out of actually trying to cook dinner and take care of myself like a grown-up. Like, the best thing is I just open it up and they got the picture and the step-by-step instructions and all the ingredients. Like, girl, just go in there and make it happen. It could not be any easier. You can get 9 free meals with HelloFresh when you go to HelloFresh.com/theread9 and use code TheRead9. Again, HelloFresh.com/TheRead and the numeral 9. The code is TheRead9. Let them know we sent you, and let's wrap up the show.
Okay, it's time for the read.
It is. Do you have one? Because I'm going to pass mine this week.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay.
Pass the read like we used to.
So, I don't think we've ever had like multiple people write in a pass the read about the same thing, but a good 4 or 5 of y'all from the UK wrote in about your election. So I'm going to read something from Leah, and I am not going to do it in a British accent because I'm sure everybody appreciates. Leah says, I need to say something for the people of the UK right now. Fuck all the way off and fuck off when you get there.
Okay.
I don't know how much you guys are keeping up with UK politics right now, but we've just had general election. Yep. And today, on Friday the 13th, we find out Boris fucking Johnson is now our prime minister. This is a right-wing, spoiled rich boy who has openly said single mothers are disgusting, has referred to black people as pickaninnies with watermelon smiles, and openly said Muslim women look like letterboxes. And this is common knowledge for the younger generation, as we have our facts on this man. But the old people of this country have absolutely ruined it because they all hate the opposition and call Jeremy Corbyn too soft or a socialist. But I really don't see what's wrong with having someone in power who actually cares. I'm tired of having old hags decide my future when they're going to die next week anyway. People have been completely blinded by the media and rich companies' propaganda about anti-Semitism within the opposition's party. But of course they don't want Jeremy to win because he wants to take from the rich to help the poor. I'm honestly upset by the ignorance of the people in the UK, and the only reason we now have a corrupt, racist, woman-abusing man in charge is because they're tired of Brexit. Well, congrats, UK. Very soon we will have no more NHS. Homelessness will continue to rise. Teachers continue to fund in their classes from their own pockets. Police cuts will continue. And more of our vulnerable kids turn to violence as they have nothing left in the community. But at least Brexit got done right. Tired. Rant over. I know you guys can't take a compliment, but a compliment that I'm not reading out loud. Love you so much. Have a great Christmas, Leah. Leah and everybody else who sent this in, thank you so much. I actually did hear about y'all's election, and all the people in the UK that I follow were extremely disgusted. They kept saying this is like the UK's version of Trump, and that's what he sounds like to me.
Sounds like I wasn't
And honestly, y'all's whole process, I mean, first of all, I'm quite jealous because their election season is 6 weeks long.
Wow.
It's like in and out in this bitch. Let's have it and then let's be done with it. Mm-hmm. We have already been in ours for over a year. I'm tired. But this is like the exact same thing that is going on here. I'm not surprised that the racists from over there who came over here behave in the exact same way. Because we're going through the same thing. Whoever the Democratic nominee is going to be, they will be far more human person than Donald Trump. They will want to do far more for the regular average person or the poor than Donald Trump or the Republicans ever would. Now, they are also ranging from like pretty centrist to very, very liberal, but regardless, they're all going to do more to help the poor than Trump ever would, and that is why these people will do everything they can to make sure Trump is reelected. It's the racism, it's the xenophobia, it's the everything. So I'm sorry.
Getting off on it.
They are. I'm sorry it happened to y'all, but you know, we've been dealing with it over here for 3 years now, and yeah, girl.
I wouldn't be surprised if this president really has had loads of nations go, oh, so we can be open about how terrible? Fucking disgusted we are about human beings that don't look like us, and people will love it. Why have we been doing that?
I've always considered the NHS to be the reason that the UK is better than America, because at least they had that. But if the UK doesn't have the NHS anymore, y'all will be just as raggedy as we are. Sorry. With less of a gun problem, but just as raggedy. This is just awful. So sorry, girls, that it is what it is. But yeah, your American friends can relate.
Pickaninnies with watermelon smiles.
And still got elected. Doesn't it sound so familiar? Doesn't it?
Insanity.
Jesus God. Is there anything white men cannot get away with?
Okay, so I have 3 things. One of them is me reading a white man's prize. Second one's very short, slightly me reading myself. Last one, maybe me reading you, depending on how you answer the question I have. Now.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So first up, Orlando Jones, the actor.
Oh my God, I was going to bring this up.
He hopped on, I believe it was Twitter, social media, a few days ago to let us know that he had been fired from the show American Gods on Starz. If you haven't watched it, American Gods is a series based on the Neil Gaiman book, basically about gods from all kinds of cultures that walk among us like regular people, and then they're like new gods and old gods who are beefing, and there's a war and mythological creatures, and Ricky Whittle is very fine. That's all you need to know. So Orlando Jones played the character Mr. Nancy, which is based on a Nancy, the spider trickster god. Folk tale character. Didn't know about actually that, being Jamaican, I heard tales of Nancy like all of the time as a child. So I was actually intrigued when I first watched it. Because he makes his first appearance in maybe the 2nd episode of the series, where Nancy's like a trickster, and he knows every story ever told. Stories are his thing. Just Google.
Gotcha.
But on like his premiere on the show, he appears on this slave ship that I believe is traveling to America. And this is after like one of the slaves basically prays out loud to him, begging for help or something. And Orlando Jones' character gets on this slave ship in a badass suit, because I think the character's also a tailor and he's always in a crazy suit. That's besides the point. But he's standing among all of these slaves and he tells them about the Black experience, how awful it will be, he brings up police brutality and shit. It's actually a crazy monologue.
I love it.
And one of the slaves, I believe, talks about how angry he is, and he basically says, use that anger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And burn this fucking slave ship down to the seafloor. And I believe he frees the slave ship. They kill all the white people on the ship and all that stuff. So, just to give you like a little context of the character, very wise, very pro-Black, very aware.
Yeah.
And just one of the better, more interesting characters on the show altogether. So I was behind on the second season. I think that season 3 is supposed to start soon, or if it hasn't already, I don't think it's begun yet. But yeah, Orlando Jones basically jumped on and said, hey, so the show has this new showrunner, white dude from Yale, and he has fired me for X, Y, and Z. Now, before I get into that, I listened to the Blurred Girl podcast, which is a podcast by Kara Mahorn of Sci-Fi and a couple other things. Interestingly enough, she was on the panel that I did in Atlanta for Watchmen. Great girl, listens to the podcast. She did an interview with Orlando, I think on the latest episode, where he talked about all of this. So one thing I didn't know is that Orlando Jones was asked to basically come in and rewrite a lot of the content for the characters of color, specifically the Black ones. And there are actually a lot of Black characters on the show. So apparently they had some white people writing for these characters, including I feel like the folks, I don't know if it were the showrunners, but some of the white folk in the very first season of the show who were fired after that first season are actually the ones who wrote that same sickening scene on the ship.
Okay.
But after they left, I guess they had some other white dude come in who I don't remember his name, but he didn't give them shit that they could use.
Okay.
So they call upon the Black smart guy to come in and write smart Black things for the characters.
Yep.
At the very last goddamn minute, he did so. Wasn't given credit, because I didn't know about this shit until I listened to the Blurred Girl podcast. You know what I mean? And it seems like nobody really knew that until he mentioned it. So he was I don't think he was credited for it, but he was doing all of this painstaking work behind the scenes so that these characters would be, fully dimensional and have sense. In the second season, there's a scene where Mr. Nancy is speaking to Bilquis. What the fuck is the other guy's name? I think it's Anubis is the other one, but that's not what he's called in it. But anyway, he's speaking to these other Black gods, including Bilquis is the other one who, honestly, she would slay as Storm for Disney's X-Men, but that's besides the point as well. He's speaking to them again, sort of about like Black rage and human trafficking, or like all of these women who have been Black women who have been snatched up off of the street. And it's another really powerful monologue that went viral after he was removed from the show in September. So he says that this man, who is the subject of my read, Charles I want to say his name correctly. Charles Egley?
What a name.
And Egley he is. This is a 68-year-old white man who is the new showrunner for American Gods. Yikes. And according to Orlando Jones, he told this man that the message that Mr. Nancy was giving was not right or wasn't good for Black America. It's not what Black America needed. And that he writes from, this is what Orlando Jones said. Okay. That this white man said that he writes from a Black male perspective. And so I'm assuming that means that so thank you for all of your hard, uncredited, underpaid ass work, Negro male. Right. We'll take it from here because I can write for Black people better than you can.
Wow.
And your whole, uprising rhetoric that this character has had is bad for Black America.
And you would know, white man? You would know that?
Are you fucking stupid? stupid. First of all, let's talk about, America real quick.
Okay.
Black America and otherwise. I highly doubt that Orlando Jones, classic actor, many of us have seen a million times for most of our life. I highly doubt that this character was going to be what got us to start burning shit down. Because, honey, we should have did that shit a long ass time ago and haven't. Furthermore, I beg you, rather than worrying about Black America's response to this fictional character, I beg you to turn your gaze to Hershey, Pennsylvania, where white people were gathered around at a Trump rally and literally said that if they remove him from office, that they're going out in the streets with their .357 Magnums. Literally said it'll be a second civil war if they remove a very clearly inept, crooked, and ridiculous president from office.
That's right.
They're going into the street with guns. So you don't need to be worried about what Black America is thinking or doing watching your show on Stars, girl.
Right.
You need to be worried about all of these crazy ass crackers who are talking about putting hot lead in bitches if they get rid of the literal worst goddamn president ever.
Right. That's just...
But past that, I'm so fucking tired. I mean, it's not surprising that there are white executives that are making decisions about the type of media we consume as Black people. This is a forever thing. And I think that since we've had like the Avas and the Lenas and the Ryan Cooglers and like all of the Jordan Peels, we've had all of these new Black storytellers who have been able to Hulk smash windows, doors, and walls down and get different kinds of Black stories out there. I feel like some motherfuckers might think shit is sweet because there's been this like clear agenda for Black Hollywood to finally be respected and taken seriously. And not just Black Hollywood, but like women in Hollywood, Asian people in Hollywood, Latinx people, everybody.
Right.
So I feel like, maybe some of us are becoming a little, maybe we're drifting away from these facts. I don't know. But there are really white people out here. First of all, y'all asked that man to write for these characters because you knew that you couldn't.
Well.
And he did it again, not just because money. Because, again, you asked him to do this according to him in the 11th hour and wasn't given the proper credit for it. Then on top of that, you call him to let him know that you're firing him on September 10th. That clip from season 2 goes viral afterwards. So all of the girls, especially Black ones, are incredible. Motherfuckers who watched the show and have been loved it, and lots of people who have never watched the show and are now interested in, hey, giving y'all some money. Are like super excited, can't wait, love this character, this is so great. I can't even believe that they would be able to, to discuss this topic so like candidly and being real authentic about it. Yeah. It was so well written and well performed, and all this other stuff. And y'all know that this nigga is not coming back on the show and aren't saying anything to anybody.
Oh, that is so fucking
Because one of the questions that Karama asked him on the podcast was like, why December 10th or whenever was it that you decided to say this? Or 14th, whenever he said it. This man was literally waiting, being professional. Yeah. He didn't drag nobody in this video either, by the way. He told y'all what the situation was, why he was fired and how, and then thanked everybody that he actually had a good experience with, people that brought him on the show, Neil, all of those folks. It was the most professional shit. But before that, he was waiting for them to be like, so, hey, girl, here are the people that are coming back for season 3. And they did not. So y'all intentionally let these clips garner these engagements and hoped that these people, new and old, would flock to the show when it premieres again, even though you knew the person that they were flocking to the show for was not coming back. Yeah. Not to mention waiting until you did to tell him that you were letting him go when that nigga could have been doing a million other things. Right. He could have been working on a million other jobs, but you intentionally waited until the last minute to tell him that you were letting him go. And then talking about what's good and not good for Black America from your old ass, white ass.
The audacity to say those words.
And don't sleep, because it's not just these older white men that are thinking this. A lot of these motherfuckers are in their 20s and 30s with the same fucking rhetoric and telling Black. And again, you want us to be present But you don't want us to be black. You don't want us to be authentic. You don't want us to be real. You just want us to be there so that you can check that box and can't nobody say that you don't have diversity. What the fuck good is diversity if it's not real? What the fuck good is having black people, Asian people, any kind of motherfucking people, trans people, any people on TV or in film if we're not telling real ass stories? Bitch, we don't want to see, like...
Yeah. What is the point?
Why? Why do it? And we can see the real and fake. We don't always know who to blame it on because, boom, plot twist, Fremantle owns American Gods.
Ooh-wee.
The same company that had, that was in the middle of that bullshit with Gabrielle Union and America's Got Talent and had her ass fired for some blackity black ass reasons as well. So I was on here giving it to NBC and ain't got nothing to do with them.
Oh. Our bad, NBC.
This is... I was going to finish The Good Place anyway.
My fault. Yes,
but
it was.
This company obviously has an issue with blackness and the way that it's expressed. Because this don't make no motherfucking sense. Yeah. All that character was doing was telling the fucking truth in a really eloquent way.
What can I say?
He wasn't breaking the fourth wall and saying, make sure you got your gun licenses, niggas. Like, I don't understand. What the fuck? It's just so incensing how... White people will basically blow air up your ass to make you think that you're welcome in these spaces, only to fulfill their own needs and their own desire, and then basically stifle you at every given opportunity. I know of a network executive myself that doesn't know the difference between race and ethnicity. So how you are making decisions for anybody and telling anybody what they can and can't say on TV is insanity to me. And this is like Orlando has been in the business forever. Yes. Gabrielle Union has worked forever.
That's right.
And you talking to them about hair? You talking to them about hair and lines in scripts that you begged them to write because none of you white folk could do it? So Charles Egley, or whatever the fuck it is, you and your Yale degree can eat a buffet of dicks. Yeah. Like, you just let me know how I need to treat American Gods. And as I said, second season wasn't as good, and, there are reasons for that. We've basically gotten an insight into what the writer's room was given from Orlando. Right. But also there was the fact that it was reported that the showrunners had left and they brought in these new people. And so obviously like, okay, that might have a lot to do with why things are different. I don't think it's a terrible show. I'd still like it, but to me, there were definitely clear differences. But this bullshit is fucking stupid. Like, this is so fucking dumb.
It is.
We want to see ourselves reflected in our media, yes, but we want it to be done in real ways. Like, I don't want to see no fucking watered down white version of blackness.
It's time out for the tokens.
You can't possibly write from a black male perspective, Charles. You're a white male.
Right. You just cannot do it.
You just can't.
The best you can do is copy Orlando's voice.
I don't care how many times you watch Do the Right Thing and White Man King John. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if you saw Men's Society twice and you went to, an amazing panel with John Singleton in it. You can't write from a black male perspective because you don't have a black male perspective because you're not a black male. That's not how it works. You can write black male characters.
Yep, you can do that.
But you can never. So the fact that you could even confidently say that, and one, confidently say that, two, confidently say that to a black person,
insane,
and three, decide what goes on television. Like, you are this dumb, and you also make decisions on what we get to see on TV, black, white, green, purple, whatever fucking color. I'm so disgusted, and it's like a lot of y'all are like probably super shook that Orlando didn't give a fuck and really was essentially, like he said on the podcast, like I needed to say something because at some point, like, motherfuckers are in my DMs, like, I'm loving what you're doing. This means so much to me. You know what I'm saying? Just really moved by this performance.
Yeah.
After a while, when this shit comes out, because you're going to wait until the series comes out at that point to be like, oh, so he ain't on the show no more.
Yep.
Some motherfuckers going to look at me like, why didn't you say you weren't coming back on the show?
Right, all this time, all these months. Wow.
But I know that y'all are shook that the Gabbies and the Orlandos and whoever about to be next are like, look, this is what the situation is, just so the fuck you know.
Yeah.
Because you'd like to be in the shadows with your little racist bullshit, because that's what this is. It's racist. You like to be in the shadow with your little racist bullshit and act like you know, are all about diversity and representation and you want all stories to be told. And that's not the fucking case at all. You know, and a lot of the reason why more black people, especially black talent, doesn't come forward and put y'all on blast is because they know that it will affect their checks, their work in the long run.
Right. Yep, that's correct.
Otherwise, way more names would be named. Y'all should really be, them boots should be just click-clacking to side to side. Because this is fucking absurd. So I guess I know what not to watch. Thanks for that.
White people just have to ruin the stuff that we have, man. Damn.
The nerve of you to confidently say to a Negro.
You. Okay. All right, white man.
What Black America needs and doesn't need. And that you write from a black male perspective. Are you literally out of your damn mind?
The answer is yes.
So that's that.
Okay.
So the read for me is really short, very sweet. Give yourself a fucking break. Calm the fuck down. You're overworked. You're underslept. You have the right to admit these things. There is a part of me that feels like in the quest for purpose or figuring it out, and also the fact that mortality, I said this on Twitter last night, that like mortality is ever present in my life right now, just I think because of the age that I'm at. And it's very enlightening. It's also very scary. And that led to a lot of woo-woo-woos from the internet, which is why I don't be saying nothing in the first place, because like, I don't need, you know, I appreciate where it's coming from, but I'm fine. You know, I was just making a statement.
Yeah.
But I have this like desire to show the people closest to me, especially my family, that they're, how do I word it? You know, like they did a decent job. You know, I don't even know if I'm making sense, but like, and this is such a singular and individual thing because I am fully aware that they're, you know, they see me and that they're proud. But there's just, I don't know, it's a thing with me where I just feel this hunger to prove to myself and to my family and who knows who the fuck else that I got this. And at the same time, I don't think that I give myself a break. I think that, you know, my parents worked incredibly hard to fulfill their purpose and provide for their family, including myself. That was a different time. It was a different generation, different circumstances. And that's not to minimize anything that they did or any of the parents before us did. But I do something different that really couldn't have been taught to me by them. That I still had to figure out, that a lot of people who are doing incredibly well around me are still figuring out, you know?
Yeah.
And I have to give myself the opportunity to be like, nigga, not only are you working, you're working a lot, and you're one human being who lives in a completely different time. Like, I'm busting my ass, much like my parents bust their ass. I also live in a generation that is hyper aware of everything, because every piece of news, good or bad, mostly bad, is in front of our faces all of the time, in our pocket all of the time. So it's like
nonstop.
I get to go out into the work environment and be reminded that I have to work 3 times as hard as a nigga to get, the same as everybody else, as my parents did. And then I also hear about every other terrible fucking awful thing and awful way that Black people are still being oppressed and still being, killed and pushed to the side and stuff. It's just a lot. And I think that the expectation is for us to get over that.
Yeah.
Rather than taking moments, however long or short, to just acknowledge where we are and what we've done and just give ourselves a break as individuals. And first of all, look at the president. It's mind-blowing that you could say that about anything.
It is.
But I've said before, this man is the president, and look at all of these people that, probably aren't even paying taxes, but all of these people who love every fucking stupid piece of shit that comes out of his mouth.
Yep.
There's no reason for us to feel like we need to conform to anybody's idea of what the fuck any of us should be out here doing, especially motherfuckers from before us.
Right.
So that's really it. Girl, calm down, give yourself a break, tell people no. If it needs to be a no, you know what I'm saying? And be fucking honest with yourself. Because there's no reason to what I don't want to do is drive myself to the brink of insanity.
Yeah.
And then pop up at the end of life and realize I never enjoyed any of it. So that's the end of that.
Whew, that's real.
Last but not least, this could be for you. Question is, have you been watching Steven Universe Future? You disgust me. This show has no right being so good. Rebecca, my word. It's so good. It's so good.
I am saving it for after Wednesday is my last working day of the year. So I was saving it for when I could just sit and catch up on everything. But yes, I'm very excited.
I bought the season on Amazon maybe a night or two ago, and just watched everything up to where we are now. That show just has no business being so excellent. And I feel like Rebecca Sugar posted, I don't know if it was Vulture, somebody did an article on best shows of the decade or something, and Steven Universe was mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
At least there are some critics out there that recognize it, but I still feel like it's underrated.
Yeah, it was either best shows or best theme songs even, because the Steven Universe theme song is great.
It's different now, but it is great.
Oh, okay. Well, it was something like that where it was more people should be acknowledging this, and I feel like it does. Yeah, it gets a lot of props, but it's not really mainstream, if that makes sense.
I just have not seen an animated show outside of Japan's Japanese animation.
Yeah.
I don't really know of many that really explore such deep subjects and topics.
Yeah.
In such beautiful, it's just the way that the animation is already excellent. The drawing, the animation, all of that is great. The characters are great. The fight scenes it really reminds me of an anime, to be honest with you. There's transformations and fusions and epic fights and powers and stuff like that. But the way that it addresses family love, they're really getting into baggage right now and trauma, therapy even. Yeah. And Steven is still trying so desperately to fix everybody else's problems. Especially now that all of these gems live on Beach City and they're trying to figure their own shit out. He's trying to fix everybody else's problems, and he's kind of being confronted with the fact that, nigga, you need to worry about you for a little bit. And fix yourself.
Yeah.
God, Pink Diamond was horrible. She
Pink Diamond was...
she was a diamond. All she knew was tyranny, but in her quest to be unlike them, she fucked a lot of people up.
Right.
A lot of people up. And the writing on the show is just so good for even the way that it treats that, family relationship, and the fact that this character is not in the show and is still such a fully dimensioned character. And Steven Universe is so good. If you have at all been interested, please go and look at it. And Steven Universe Future, I mean, they've already laid all of this groundwork.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take as long to really jump into some like arcs, I guess.
Right.
I don't know. But it still has this knack for starting episodes off about any random thing that seems very like unassuming and basic. And then by the end of the 11, 12 minutes, there's like a big new plot change or something that happens.
Yeah.
They did that all the time. Like all the time. It would be just about this nigga trying to find an ice cream sandwich, and then all of a sudden he finds out he has a new superpower, or somebody is died, or somebody comes to the planet and is like, I'm finna kill all y'all, so here. You know, like it just, it still does that thing where it'll start off about like any basic thing, and then you learn something brand new, or you meet a new character or whatever, and now the potential for fusions is crazy. Steven Universe is a fantastic animated show.
It is.
And it is, I feel like a lot of people may not give it a chance because it's more of a family show. Like, I feel like it deserves to be talked about in the way that like a Rick and Morty or like, because Rick and Morty is actually really, really well written as well, especially in the way that it deals with family also. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like Rick and Morty is telling this really deep and interesting story about family, and you don't even really realize that it's doing it until it's been doing it. But that show is also very heavily centered around nonsense and like toilet humor, so you either like it or you don't. Right. But because it's very clearly an adult show, I feel like it gets more like recognition just across the board, because even kids love Rick and Morty.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's not like a quote unquote kids show, whereas Steven Universe is for like family, like anybody of any age could probably watch it. But it just does a lot of good. I feel like it tells a really great story. And now that Steven is like 16 and like trying to figure his shit, man, it's just so good. I was catching up last night and I was high and in awe. Like, wow, this is a fucking good program. It makes you feel good and it tells a great story and the transformations are excellent. And now the setting of it kind of opens up all kinds of possibilities for other forms of Steven, like video games. I know that they just released like another sequel to that game. Oh, the Attack the Light game? Yeah, I think Attack the Light was the first one, and then I think the second one was Save the Light. Oh, yeah. And now they have one called Unleash the Light, which is on mobile. And I really want somebody to tell me if that's going to make it onto the Nintendo Switch or not. Because if it is going to be on the Switch, I'll wait. If not, I want to play it now. Because it has all of the new fusions and like Lapis is playable and stuff like that. But it's the best show. It is the best show. It just has no business being as good as it is. It is really phenomenal. Steven Universe is fantastic, and more people need to be watching it. Rebecca Sugar is a genius. Just fucking... It don't make no sense. Just a brilliant individual. It's so fun. And Estelle. So... Yes. The whole cast. It's so good. It's so good. Please watch Steven Universe if you have at all. If you know it ain't for you, that's fine. If you've at all been even kind of interested, I definitely think that you should check it out. Start from the beginning, catch up to where we're at right now, watch the movie, do all of that stuff. It's therapeutic. It's very good. It just doesn't make sense. But that's it. All right. That wraps up this week's episode. Check us out on social media at This Is The Read. Our website is thisistheread.com. Our 7th anniversary show will be at the Apollo Theater on February 15th. What the fuck? February 15th, right? 2020, which is just, I cannot believe that is the next year. But yes, so tickets available at thereadlive.com, I believe. And what else? What else did Alex say we had to talk about? My holiday party toy drive is coming up on the 21st. Oh, right. So you can actually go to the Instagram page, or This Is The Read page, or I believe you can go on thereadlive.com and get all the information on how to do that. We're going to do something a little bit more upbeat than the previous toy drives. Before, I would just kind of have y'all come and possibly get a little buzzed and drop off your toy, take a picture or something like that. Now I'm trying to do like, you know, let's vibe out, let's shake a little ass, let's end the decade on like a cute holiday Megan Thee Stallion-esque moment.
I love vibes.
But for a good cause. So just bring in an unwrapped toy. You can also make monetary donations. And if you're not in the city but you want to donate, you can also do so, I believe, on shop3.com. So come on out. I believe this Saturday. Yes, December 21st from 2 to 6. Come out and make a kid's Christmas extra special with a fun gift. So if you're anything like me, you might take your ass down to whatever toy store and buy every black doll baby action figure
That's
they have.
right.
I every year I've done this.
I've been so excited.
I scoop them. I love it.
It's just great.
Because I get to see whatever black toys they have in the store at that time.
Yeah.
And ask who the fuck is this? But it's also fun to like buy toys for kids for Christmas to know that, you know, some kid is going to get a toy for the holiday, and also to buy a black one specifically. And, you know, a white child may get a black toy for Christmas.
They need them too.
You also.
Yes.
Okay.
And you better be treating her right.
You may have this Black Lightning action figure. You are welcome. Fantastic character.
That is correct.
Good night.
Okay. I think that's it for us. If we have something else we're supposed to announce, I don't know what it is. So,
yeah.
All right. That is it for us. Everybody enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.